back to my channel. Oh, and welcome back to Skincare Saturday. Okay, so this Skincare Saturday is going to be a smidge different. We're going to talk about something I've been wanting to talk about, but I haven't really talked about, but I want to talk about, and I need to talk about. We are going to talk about how your skin changes. Okay, so we're actually going to go through some of the steps I take when my skin is blemish prone like it is right now. Just to make sure my face is clean. I have washed it. But just to make sure, we're going in with the Bioderma micellar water. This is the purifying one for acne prone skin. Shouldn't take it all in my face. But as we all may know, your skin changes with age. Like if you are 17 and you don't have like the best skincare regimen, you may be acne prone. If you are 32 and you don't have the best, see, this is why I go over it, best skincare regimen, you still may be acne prone in all seriousness. I mean, we all have different skin. Now, what you may not know is the reason why your skin changes as you age. So your hormone levels change as well. And I have recently stopped drinking dairy, which alters your hormone levels. And I have recently taken steps to come off birth control, which it's a given, it alters your hormone level. So my skin is adjusting. Now, I'm also going to go in with some Shea Moisture African Black Soap Clarifying Mud Mask. I always go in with like acne prone products when my skin is behaving the way it is. This is a clay mat. Well, it's more of a mud mask actually. And I really don't like using my hands for these because it just spreads germs and it gets under my nails. Like in all seriousness, it gets under my nails and it kind of bothers me. But what you may not know, it smells like bananas. What you may not know is your skin also changes with the season. Why, you may ask? Well, think about it. In the summer, it's hot, and in some places, it's humid, which doesn't really help if you have oily skin, because then there's just like a film of nastiness on your face. And then if you're like me and you wear a lot of makeup, well, then you're just stuck with a lot of gross nastiness on your face. So that affects your skin, like, because in the winter, it's known winters are more dry. I'm really gonna put some more up here because this is where I'm oily, like the oiliest. I'm the absolute oiliest on my forehead. By the way, I love using a foundation brush for mask. Okay, sorry, I get very distracted when I put mask on my face. So, and if you think about it, during the winter, it is more dry. So then your skin is having issues locking all that moisture in and all that goodness. I'm gonna let this sit for about, I don't know how long, 10 minutes. Okay, so we have that. Now, as you age, your hormone levels are gonna change, and then with the season, things are gonna change. But here's the biggest thing that I think we all forget it. I know I do. I know I personally forget it. Your skin's gonna change when you change products. So for example, my skin hates me right now. I recently changed up cleansers. I recently changed up cleansing oils. And then on top of it, my hormone levels are out of whack. And then on top of that, we are transitioning into fall. So my skin legitimately hates me right now. It's very angry. As you can tell, I have this pimple right here and it hates me. For the record, if you get pimples, don't pop them. That leads to scarring. And I'm the biggest hypocrite right now because I physically assault my pimples, but that's beside the point. Don't do as I say, not as I do. This one was really bothering me. So all of that is a huge factor into how your skin changes. Also, as you get older, you lose, like, you're not producing as much collagen, you lose a lot of elasticity in your face. But here's something else I think people forget that has nothing to do with age, not so much to do with skincare. I mean, it has to do with skincare, but not as much as you would think. Nothing to do with makeup. Well, kind of, but not really. Nothing to do with makeup. And nothing to do with the seasons. And it's something I know I forget. And it's something I think people don't think about. And that is your hair. Think about all the products you may put into your hair. Oils, mousses, sprays. If you put all of that on your roots, it's very close to your hairline. So those oils, which are naturally thicker than oils you put on your face, are soaking into your skin, which can cause clogged pores, which could cause breakouts, but it all depends on your face. Like for me, coconut oils really never cause breakouts on me, but I've also never left it on my face long enough for it to cause breakouts. By the way, this is the first time I'm ever trying this mask. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but desperate times call for desperate measures, guys. I have a pimple and it won't go away. So all of that contributes to how your face changes. Now let's talk breakouts. Okay, so as you can see right now, I am going through the steps to help clarify my face. Now, one thing that could cause breakouts, aside from oils, because there are certain oils that can cause breakouts, aside from oils, aside from makeup, aside from just typical skincare things, one thing that could really cause breakouts is clarifying products. So I actually started using the cleanser version of the African Black Soap clarifying line from Shea Moisture. Now when you use something clarifying or deep cleansing on your face, it's naturally bringing all of that grossness to the surface, which, hey, guess what? It can cause breakouts. And I know this, and yet I still chose to make this transition now. So when I get breakouts, I like to thoroughly cleanse my face. I have washed, so when I took a shower earlier, I washed my face before I got in the shower, and then I washed my hair, and then when I got out of the shower, I washed my face again. It's not a harsh cleanser. It has aloe, it has bamboo charcoal, African black soap, so it's not very harsh. It actually is very gentle, but I want to make sure that there's no shampoo residue, conditioner residue, etc, etc, etc. So my hair is still up, drying right now, and once this is done, I'm going to show you the steps I take when I am having blemish prone skin, and then I also want to deal with my hair. So we're gonna take some steps here. We're gonna take a few steps here. My face is feeling very, very tight. Okay. So now, even though you might have blemishes on your face, and a lot of products are very drying, like spot treatments, they're very drying, that doesn't necessarily mean you want to skip hydration altogether. I still go in with an essence. I still go in with a hydrating toner. I recently got one. I'm going to do a whole nother skincare video on toners, but I recently got one that I'm really liking. You still want to moisturize. Even though you are using drying products on your face, those are just to assault that one spot. Those are to get deep in your skin and just assault that one location. That does not mean you want to skip the rest of your face with hydration. Another great way to deal with blemishes is AHAs. So like the watermelon sleeping mask from Glow Recipe, that's actually an AHA. The honeymoon glow, that's a more intense AHA. Retinoids are a great way to deal with breakouts. I have been recently using my retinol from Amazon, and I have noticed, like, I had a few spots. Now I just have this one. And that's because this one I physically assaulted this one. Just saying. So there are a lot of over-the-counter products you can use. Now, if you have really bad breakouts, I definitely recommend going to see a dermatologist, maybe even an esthetician, just to get a good deep clean on your face. Good facial never hurt. I'm actually craving one, along with a deep tissue massage. But that never hurt. So there's a lot of over-the-counter remedies for when you're having breakouts. Now, let's talk about how seasons affect you for a second. During the summer, you might be more oily. During the winter, you might be more dry. During the summer, I go in with a gel moisturizer. During the winter, I go in with an actual moisturizer. My night cream doesn't really change. I still stick with like sleeping mask, retinols. The honeymoon glow is gonna be another staple I'm rotating in. But for like my day-to-day face care, it's gonna alter because it's gonna be more drying to my skin, so I'm gonna want more hydration during the day. It's still extremely hydrating at night. And also what's gonna change is my sheet mask. During the summer, I might do more clarifying, more cooling, but during the winter, I'm gonna focus on hydration because I know my skin, and there's one thing that has never changed about my skin. It's how dry it gets during the winter. Like, I will get dry spots that flake. That is how dry my skin gets. But don't think just because it's cold you can skip on the SPF. I'm actually out of SPF now. I have to go buy more. So yeah, I have actually been using a BB cream that has 30 SPF in it lately, which could also be a reason why my skin is breaking out. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my face and we will be right back. As you can see, my face is a little bit red. That's kind of to be expected with clarifying products. They are sometimes irritating to the skin, and that's because they're deep cleaning, so they can be irritating to the skin. So I'm gonna go in with the toner I recently got to try, and I'm just gonna go over my face. This is a hydrating toner, so it's not made to strip the skin. It's made to hydrate the skin. And this is just gonna get whatever mask residue may be on my face. And my face is extremely irritated. It's not a good thing. But it's okay. We're doing the steps to put some hydration and calming back into it. Okay, so we're gonna let this sit and cool off my face a little bit. Now, I already did my hair care. I went in with my leave-in conditioner. I went in with my detangler. Then I also put a little bit of oil on the ends. I have already washed my hands, don't worry. I'm gonna go ahead and use some rose water spray. Rose water is just naturally calming to the skin. Now, one thing I do want to talk about before I forget is that just because your face may not show that it's dry or have dry spots or whatever, it does not mean during the winter you want to stop exfoliating. I personally do, as you know, prefer a chemical exfoliant versus a physical exfoliant. I'm gonna go with some e.l.f. hydrating water essence because it's just naturally less traumatizing to your skin. And I'm gonna let this sit on my face as well. And once that's dry, I'm gonna go back in with some rose water. Really just focusing on calming my skin down right now. So that's something you also want to still take into account. As you get older, you might want to focus more on some retinols, anti-aging products, etc., etc. Okay, a little more rose water. Also, keep in mind, even though your face might be red or irritated or have a breakout, again, I'm going to reiterate this, still hydrate your face. Now, because I will be putting on makeup later this afternoon, I'm going to go in with my Pure Lease Matcha Antioxidant Priming Moisturizer, and it's cold, so it's going to kind of help mellow my face down a little bit. Not to mention it smells amazing. As you can see, I'm being very gentle with my skin. It's already irritated. I don't want to irritate it even more. Now, just for a little added coolness to my skin, to help calm it a little bit more, I'm going to go in with my jade roller. Cold is great for calming your skin, by the way. And I'm barely applying any pressure to it. I'm just kind of cooling it down. Go under my eye, wake those babies up. Okay, so as you can see, my face is starting to calm down a little bit. It was just mildly irritated by all the products that were, by all the clarifying products that were on it. So that is today's skincare video. I hope it was pretty informative for you. And I hope as you go throughout the seasons and you're picking out skincare products to go with such season, you are looking at how they're going to affect your skin during that season. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.